G'day cobbers and welcome to Sydney for the unveiling of this, the Zeekr 7X. Yes, this is the car that's been on the eyes of everyone with eyes and on the lips of, well, everyone with lips, and just announced the price, the range, the specs, which I'm going to tell you now. And then we'll do a bit of a walk around of the car, but basically the prices you can see on the screen, they're in Australian dollars, no confirmation on New Zealand prices yet, but this is very unscientific. But what I find, if you typically just take those prices, convert them to New Zealand dollars, add 5-10 grand, that may be what we're going to pay in New Zealand. Again, watch the space. I've heard a rumour these cars are going to be in New Zealand probably before the end of the year. Let's talk design now though, because this is an unusual looking car. Believe it or not, although this is a Chinese built car, Chinese owned car, the design of this car was built in Gotham City in the DC Comics universe, or Gothenburg in Sweden, one of those two. It's, it's the same thing. But some interesting design cues I want to point out first of all. We start with what's right in front of us. So this huge light bar around the front of the car, the official name is Stargate. Now in the overseas markets, in the Chinese market, this is a completely customizable LED display, and you can change it, you can put words on there, you can put shapes on there, but unfortunately here in Australia and in the European Union, because they outlawed fun back in 2004, they can't get it. Unfortunately, it's just a light display. It's not interactive and LED and all that like you can get in China. However, in New Zealand, the rules officially make that this is actually legal in New Zealand. So we may see the actual full-on Stargate. I don't quite know how you customize it, how you program it, but unlike the 1994 cinematic masterpiece of the same name, this Stargate, if you can't figure it out, don't worry, Kurt Russell won't spend the next 90 minutes yelling at you. Another cool design element I want to point out is this clamshell bonnet. And how it works is that basically it's completely seamless, all the way over the top to the sides. The lip is the edge which comes over the sides and down here. It's pretty neat, and you might be thinking that, oh, that's a new and an interesting invention, I've never seen that before. Aha! If you're as old as I am, like halfway to 90, then you might remember the 1985 Mitsubishi Mirage. It also had a clamshell bonnet, although it was slightly more rectangular. But despite the fact that this looks soft and rounded like an automotive slice of blancmange, it's actually really strong. Like, I read that around 83% of the core materials are high strength steel, which not only means that A-pillars like this are smaller than you'd expect. Like the A-pillars, for example, in a Tesla Model 3 are quite thick, and you're going around the corner, you have to move your head, and these are actually a little bit smaller because the steel is stronger. You need a smaller circumference. Also, despite the fact that it looks soft and pudding-like, it's got a 5-star safety rating with the Euro NCAP safety test, which means if that crazy guy in 2004 had driven one of these instead of his silly Killdozer, he could have saved everyone a lot of time and hassle. One thing is sure though, this is a very, very strong departure from the Zeekr X that I drove earlier in the year at the Sydney Everything Electric Show. This is much rounder, much sleeker, and I hate myself for this next line, but this is by far the sleeker Zeekr. Oh, that was terrible. But what about ingress and egress? How easy is it to get in and out of the car, you may ask? Well, normally I'd just jump in, I'd grab the handle, but this is a little different. I have to explain how the doors work. First of all, they've got buttons here, and watch what happens when I press this button. Look at that! Automatic opening doors, and they're relatively quick. And that's the thing, because in some cars like the fantastic looking MG Cyberster, it's got those electric scissor doors, but they're cool, but you do sort of have to take the day off to get in the car. It takes 6 to 7 working years to get the doors open. These are real fast. I'm impressed. But what's it like getting in and out? Let's find out. Let's get my notes out. Oh, look at that. That's effortless. Because remember like cars from the 90s, like early Honda Civics, you fell into those cars. These, you slide in and slide out. You get in horizontal. That's the great thing about SUVs. So if you have, limited mobility, like me, then this could be the car for you. And my doctor did tell me that my back stiffness is nothing to worry about. It's just early onset rigor mortis. While we're in the car though, let's talk space. And it is a very large car. It's about the same size physically as a Tesla Model Y. And you see it. Look at the room above my head. Like, I'm 5'10", 178 centimeters. That is exactly the same height as Taylor Swift. Although some may argue she looks better in heels than I do. I think the jury's still out, but regardless, there's heaps of legroom, heaps of headroom, and there's a lot of cockpit space, a lot of lateral space as well. So if you are blessed with a bit of girth, then this could be the car for you. It's space personified. What about the back, you may be asking? Well, let me show you this. Yes, the doors are electronic also, but watch what happens when they open up. Look at the angle on this. That is almost 90 degrees. So if you've got kids' seats to go in the back, effortless. Look at this. Get straight in, get straight out, And oh my gosh, these seats are so soft. These are like British Leyland levels of softness. Like BYD have some really soft seats. I think the BYD Seal, one of my favorite cars, it might have just met its match in terms of softness. But the back is also really well appointed. Like, you get in a lot of cars in this price point, the backs, well, it's kind of like buying an Australian pie. You know, it's a bit disappointing, and I know Aussies, you do a lot of things better than Kiwis, but not pies. Come on, we have to agree on that. But this is really well appointed. You've got an electronically adjustable rear seat. Look at that, it goes down by itself. You've got a moonroof here, huge sheet of glass. We've got a 21 speaker sound system. We've got phone charging. We've got plenty of room in the back here. Look at that. This is insane, man. Vents, you name it. This is a slice of luxury. It's a bit of all right. Speaking of room, look at this. We've also got pull-out cupboards here if I can get my pasty thighs out of the way. So much storage in this car. They're everywhere, man. Think of the potatoes you can store in here. That is epic. But wait, there's more. Let me show you the boot. All right, now to open the boot, I haven't done this before, so we're going to learn together here. No, that's the camera. No, it's got to be under here. No, don't tell me. I can figure this out. Okay, tell me. Where is it? Is it right there? Oh, there. What an idiot. I want to talk to you about boot space. We start with these compartments here. We have a compartment for your charging supplies and things. Very handy. But there's also an extra compartment in here. A little bit of false storage there. You've got also your cigarette lighter charger. Sorry, we don't call it that anymore, but you know what that is. 12-volt outlet. We've got lights. We've got hooks here. Speakers here as part of the 21 speaker sound system in this car. But the important thing you need to know, the consumer advice you watch my videos for, is the Mafia Test. Now, if you don't know what that is, put simply, if you are a businessman in, let's say, Sicily, and you want to take your client to, I don't know, a building site that happens to be in the concrete pouring stage, it's all very sinister, can you fit your client in the boot? Let's find out. Oh, that's effortless, man. Like, tell you what, if you happen to be bound and gagged on your way to a job site and you're claustrophobic, this is the car for you. Those doors are actually pretty cool. I thought it was going to be a gimmick when I first got behind the wheel, but they're actually pretty cool. Now, there is also a fartment, a front compartment in these cars, depending on which variation you get, either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. You've got a usable storage compartment up the front there, but it's inside the car. You're going to be spending most of your time, and I've got just a few minutes. They gave us 20 minutes each to record these videos, so apologies if I'm speaking a bit fast, going a bit quick. Let's just quickly run through what we can see here in the menu. And first off, we have this, a 16-inch LED display in the front of the car. This is touchscreen, controls all the vehicle features, but there's more to it. It's powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon processor, so supposedly it's really fast. Like if I put it onto car mode, wow. Wow, far out, that is fluid. That's insane, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. We also have a 13.2-inch instrument cluster in front of me, which tells me all the useful information I want to know, but I'm saving the piece of resistance to last. The heads-up display is worth mentioning. It is a 36-inch heads-up display. Somehow, they've got 36 inches into it. Now, I don't know how, because in theory, that's most of the windscreen, 36 inches, but I mean, it looks great, but how have they done that? It just makes me wonder, are they using real inches, or is that 36, you know, Tinder inches? As for the menu, I don't have much time to dive through the whole thing, but I'll just show you the basics, starting with the layout. You can see here the vehicle settings are all laid out on the left-hand side. It's not quite like the BYD, which has a left-hand side menu and an upper menu. This is more like a Tesla. It's very logically laid out. That's good. Now, I would like to do a speed test, an ease of use test, to see how quick it is to adjust the steering wheel, set the temperature to 25 and open the glove box, but I'm not sure I have time. Let me see if I can crack into it. Okay, here we go. I've never done this before. I'm new to this car, so this could be a complete disaster. All right, start the timer, adjust the steering wheel.
Here.
I adjust steering wheel.
The voice command is not supported in the current...
Bollocks. Okay, let's do it manually. We can do this. There's no button, is there? Nope. Okay, steering wheel. Here we go. Driving, lighting, steering mode. Here we go. No, lighting, no. Oh, look at that. Adjustable colors in the dashboard. Where's the steering wheel? Okay, well, we'll get to that later. Air conditioning, 25 degrees, set that. Okay, open glove box.
Here.
Open glove box. There's no button.
I don't get it.
Okay.
Can you put it more simply?
All right, so the voice recognition
I haven't mastered.
I can see that. The voice recognition has some way to go yet. Maybe by the time it gets to New Zealand, it will have learned my crazy rhetoric. We'll find out. I got the sign to hurry up. I've got 5 minutes. The thing is with this menu, if it's easy to use, if I can figure it out, then anyone can, because let's face it, I have the intellect of a Commodore VIC-20. Anyone remember those? So if I can get this menu under my belt, you can too. I mean, I'm not the smartest crayon on the box, we've established that. For years I thought Kanye West was a train station, so yeah, if I can do this, you can too. And the menu looks pretty logically laid out. As for the interior though, like I mentioned, it's a lovely place to be. Like, there are 3 color options you can get. You can get the black, you can get the black and gray, and then you can get the lighter color with the purple. And that's the one I'd get because it just adds a little bit of joy into your life. And if you're going to spend the money on a luxury car like this, which doesn't really have a luxury price, but it's a very luxurious car, get some color into it. Why not? But I'm saving the best for last. There's something about this car you need to know, and it's what's strapped to the underside. This thing has 2 battery sizes you can get in the vehicle. But wait till you hear the charging speeds and the chemistry. So the 100 kilowatt hour battery pack is available in 2 models, and that's running on NMC chemistry, and that can recharge, if you've got the right charger, in 16 minutes. That's 10% to 80% in 16 minutes. But if you get the LFP chemistry, the so-called golden battery, you can recharge that car in 13 minutes. So you remember all those commenters in 2004 on Facebook saying, oh, I'm not going to buy one of those electric cars until they charge as fast as a petrol car fills? Well, welcome to 2025, your car has arrived. So there you have it, that is the guts of this, the Zeekr 7X. It's a very intriguing car and I can't wait to see it on the New Zealand market. When it gets there, I will get behind the wheel, so please do me a solid, hit that like and subscribe buttons, do the things you've got to do to make sure you see that video when it arrives. See you then.